What if a small, almost unnoticeable change to your diet had the power to shift your energy, your skin, your cravings, even your immunity? Imagine this every day on your plate, a humble portion of sweet potatoes, maybe mashed, maybe roasted with a bit of olive oil and sea salt. It feels casual, normal, comforting, nothing dramatic. But then the changes begin. You wake up with more energy. Your sugar cravings fade into background. Your digestion, smoother. Your skin, brighter. There's a lightness in your step, a sharper focus in your mind. And you think, could it really be the sweet potatoes? It might sound too good to be true. After all, it's just a root, a vegetable you probably associate with holidays, casseroles, and maybe that once-a-year Thanksgiving dish. But what if you've been underestimating them all along? Underneath their vibrant orange, or sometimes purple, skin lies a quiet powerhouse of nutrition. Today, we're peeling back the layers to uncover the real reasons why sweet potatoes could be one of the smartest daily additions to your diet. You'll learn what they do for your immune system, your gut, your brain, and how to enjoy them every day without getting bored overdoing it. Let's begin with something invisible but essential: oxidative stress. Every day, your body is under attack from unstable molecules called free radicals. They come from pollution, poor diet, stress, even your body's own metabolism. If left unchecked, these free radicals speed up aging and trigger inflammation, DNA damage, and diseases like cancer, heart problems, and diabetes. Now here's the good news. Sweet potatoes are packed with antioxidants that neutralize these damaging agents, especially one called beta-carotene, a plant compound that gives orange sweet potatoes their rich color. When you eat beta-carotene, your body converts it into vitamin A, a nutrient crucial for a strong immune system, glowing skin, and sharp vision. And you don't need a lot. Just 100 grams of cooked sweet potato gives you more than 100% of your daily vitamin A needs. Scientific studies back this up. A 2012 study published in Food and Function showed that the antioxidants in orange and purple sweet potatoes significantly reduce inflammation and oxidative stress. Another study from Nutrition Research and Practice found that consistent consumption of sweet potatoes helps reduce oxidative DNA damage, a known precursor to chronic disease and accelerated aging. So in essence, eating sweet potatoes is like shooting up your cells in armor, quietly protecting you from the inside out. Sweet potatoes are far more than just a source of carbohydrates. They are rich in vitamin C and B vitamins, particularly B5 and B6, nutrients that keep your body running smoothly at the cellular level. Let's start with vitamin C. You probably think of it as your go-to immunity booster during cold season. And you're not wrong. Just 1 cup of boiled sweet potatoes offers around 28 milligrams of vitamin C, roughly a third of your daily needs. But it does far more than just fight sniffles. Vitamin C supports collagen production, which keeps your skin firm. It helps absorb iron, essential for energy, and acts as a potent antioxidant. And because it's water-soluble, your body doesn't store it. You need a daily source. Sweet potatoes deliver. Then there's vitamin B6, vital for brain development and neurotransmitter production, basically your emotional balance and cognitive clarity. Vitamin B5 helps you produce energy from food and supports your adrenal glands, which manage stress. Combined, these nutrients don't just keep you healthy, they help you feel healthy. More energy, less brain fog, a greater sense of calm resilience. Here's something most people don't realize. Sweet potatoes are fantastic food for your gut. They are high in fiber, especially a type that feeds a friendly bacteria in your intestines. A healthy gut microbiome does more than just aid digestion. It helps regulate mood, boosts immunity, and even plays a role in weight management. But here's where it gets even better. Sweet potatoes have a low glycemic index, meaning they don't spike your blood sugar the way other starchy foods do. Instead, they provide slow, steady energy. That means fewer sugar crashes, better focus, and more balanced appetite control throughout the day. Purple sweet potatoes, in particular, contain unique antioxidants called anthocyanins, which have been shown to improve insulin sensitivity and reduce inflammation in the gut. So whether you're aiming for better digestion, more stable energy, or healthier blood sugar levels, sweet potatoes quietly deliver. Did you know that your brain and gut are in constant communication? It's called the gut-brain axis, and the food you eat plays a central role in how you feel emotionally and mentally. The complex carbs in sweet potatoes help increase serotonin levels, a neurotransmitter that stabilizes mood and promotes feelings of well-being. That's why eating sweet potatoes can sometimes feel comforting, not just physically, but emotionally too. Plus, the vitamin B6 and antioxidants we mentioned earlier, they play a direct role in neurotransmitter function, brain protection, and mental clarity. So yes, that warm, grounding feeling after a sweet potato meal, it's not your imagination. Your brain is genuinely responding. Now, here's a challenge. How do you eat sweet potatoes every day without falling into a rut? Try roasted wedges tossed with olive oil, paprika, and garlic powder. Bake until golden. Mash them with a splash of coconut milk for a creamy, slightly sweet, dairy-free twist. Slice them thin for sweet potato toast. Perfect top with avocado, hummus, or almond butter. Add chunks to lentil soups, hearty stews, or warm curries for depth and sweetness. You can even blend cooked sweet potato into your smoothie for a fiber-rich, velvety base. The key is variety, mixed textures, flavors, and spices. Sweet potatoes play well with both sweet and savory profiles. You don't need to overhaul your diet or chase superfoods that cost a fortune. Sometimes, the most powerful health shift begins with something simple, something familiar, something as humble as a root. Sweet potatoes aren't flashy, but when eaten daily, they become more than food. They become nourishment for your body, your mind, and your future health. So tomorrow, when you sit down to eat, ask yourself, what small choice can I make today that will echo through my life tomorrow? You already know one powerful answer. Vitamin C is more than just a simple remedy for colds. It plays a deeply vital role in the body's repair system. It helps produce collagen, which is a protein responsible for keeping skin supple, supporting bone strength, and speeding up wound healing. On top of that, vitamin C enhances the absorption of iron from plant-based diets, something especially important if you're eating little or no meat. By helping your body take in more iron, sweet potatoes indirectly lower the risk of iron deficiency anemia, which can cause fatigue, weakness, and brain fog. Now let's turn to another important nutrient hiding in this colorful root, vitamin B6. Sweet potatoes are a rich source. Your brain depends on B6 for development, clarity, and overall function. It supports the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, those little chemical messengers that regulate mood, sleep, and focus. A shortage of B6 has even been linked to depression and cognitive decline, particularly in older adults. The good news? A single serving of sweet potatoes can provide about 20% of your daily B6 needs, quietly supporting your mental and emotional well-being every time you eat them. And there's more. Sweet potatoes also contain pantothenic acid, or vitamin B5, a less talked about but crucial nutrient. B5 helps regulate oil production in the skin, reducing the risk of acne and promoting a clear complexion. Beneath the surface, it plays a vital metabolic role. It helps your body create coenzymes that convert fats and carbohydrates into usable energy. Without enough of it, your body's energy systems can sputter. A 2015 study published in Advances in Nutrition confirmed what many nutritionists already suspected. Diets rich in vitamin C and B-complex vitamins are linked to stronger immune systems, reduced inflammation, and even sharper cognitive performance. These nutrients don't just do one job. They work like an orchestra, improving your health across multiple systems. Sweet potatoes, with their rich vitamin profile, are nature's way of offering these benefits in one easy, delicious package. Let's now look at something that often goes unnoticed. The gut. Sweet potatoes might be one of the most underrated allies for digestive health. One of their most powerful, yet quiet, functions is how they support a balanced digestive tract. Thanks to their high fiber content, both soluble and insoluble, sweet potatoes act like natural gut companions, ensuring your digestive system runs efficiently. Insoluble fiber adds bulk to stool, which helps keep bowel movement regular and prevents constipation. Meanwhile, soluble fiber absorbs water and turns into a soft gel, which slows digestion and makes you feel fuller longer. That slow digestion also means your body has more time to extract and absorb nutrients from your food, vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients included. But it gets even more interesting. Sweet potatoes contain prebiotics, a specific type of fiber that doesn't just pass through your system. It actually feeds the healthy bacteria living in your gut. These bacteria then produce short-chain fatty acids like butyrate, which nourish the lining of your colon and help lower the risk of inflammatory gut conditions. When your gut is thriving, everything benefits. Your immune system becomes more resilient. Inflammation throughout the body goes down. Even your mental health improves. Because, as scientists are increasingly finding, a healthy gut is directly linked to a healthy mind. There's another special ingredient in sweet potatoes that boosts digestive health even further: resistant starch. Unlike most carbohydrates, resistant starch isn't fully broken down in the small intestine. Instead, it travels to the colon, where it ferments and fuels beneficial bacteria. This fermentation process helps improve the balance of gut flora, reduces bloating, and supports smoother digestion overall. And the science supports it. A 2018 study published in Cell Host and Microbes showed that increasing prebiotic intake, particularly from sources like sweet potatoes, enhanced microbial diversity and immune function in a noticeable way. So whether you're trying to stay regular, soothe inflammation, or simply build a more resilient gut, sweet potatoes are a gentle, effective, and science-backed addition to your daily plate. Another remarkable, and perhaps surprising, benefit of sweet potatoes is their ability to help stabilize blood sugar levels. You might think a sweet, starchy food would spike blood sugar, but sweet potatoes behave differently, especially when they are prepared mindfully. For those managing diabetes, blood sugar swings, or energy crashes, sweet potatoes offer a kind of gentle nourishment. Their glycemic index, which measures how quickly a food raises blood sugar, ranges from low to medium depending on how they are cooked. This means they release glucose into the bloodstream slowly rather than all at once. That gradual release helps prevent sugar highs, insulin spikes, and the inevitable crashes that follow. The reason lies in their powerful nutritional makeup. Sweet potatoes are full of complex carbohydrates and fiber, which slow down digestion and sugar absorption. Their beta-carotene content adds another layer of support by reducing oxidative stress that can worsen insulin resistance. When eaten as part of a balanced meal, sweet potatoes can help maintain steady energy, reduce cravings, and support long-term metabolic health. It's a gentle food, but one that works hard for your body behind the scenes. So the next time you add a scoop of sweet potato mash to your plate, know this: you're not just feeding yourself. You're fueling your immune system, soothing your gut, lifting your mood, and helping your body process energy in a stable, sustainable way. The sweet potato doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't need to. It simply works, quietly, effectively, and consistently. A small addition to your daily meal. A big step toward long-term wellness. Sweet potatoes do more than just avoid causing blood sugar spikes. They may actively help manage and improve blood sugar levels. This isn't just hopeful thinking. It's backed by real science. Beta-carotene, the vibrant orange pigment, along with a variety of naturally occurring polyphenols, helps buffer the body's absorption of sugar while reducing oxidative stress, one of the key triggers of insulin resistance, which lies at the heart of type 2 diabetes. In fact, a 2008 study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food examined the effects of white sweet potato extract in individuals with type 2 diabetes. The results were promising. Even while consuming high glycemic index foods, participants showed better insulin sensitivity and blood sugar control. And when it comes to purple sweet potatoes, things get even more impressive. Animal studies suggest that their rich anthocyanin content, those deep pigments that give them their signature hue, may enhance insulin action and minimize post-meal sugar spikes even more effectively. So what does that mean for you? It means sweet potatoes aren't just a safer carb choice. They may be actively therapeutic, especially when used in place of processed foods like white bread, pasta, or refined grains. Each bite supports your body's natural glucose metabolism, making your food work with you, not against you. Now let's talk inflammation, that quiet but dangerous condition often called the silent killer. Chronic inflammation plays a role in many of the world's most devastating illnesses, including Alzheimer's, cancer, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and arthritis. But once again, sweet potatoes step in with a natural solution. These humble roots are filled with compounds that reduce inflammation without the need for synthetic drugs. Beta-carotene not only adds a burst of color to your meal, it acts as a natural antioxidant and anti-inflammatory, helping to neutralize free radicals and relieve internal stress. And the richer the color of the sweet potato, especially deep orange and purple, the more potent these compounds become. But there's more to the story. Sweet potatoes also contain choline, a vitamin essential for healthy nerve communication, cellular repair, and fat metabolism. Choline plays a quiet but crucial role in lowering inflammation by blocking the production of pro-inflammatory cytokines, the very substances that contribute to autoimmune diseases and long-term chronic conditions. Then come the anthocyanins, the deep purple pigments found in certain varieties of sweet potatoes. According to research, these compounds directly block inflammatory pathways and lower levels of C-reactive protein, CRP, a key marker of systemic inflammation. A 2015 study published in Food and Nutrition Research found that purple sweet potato extract significantly reduced CRP levels and helped shut down multiple inflammatory signals in the body. So when you add sweet potatoes to your daily meals, you're doing more than enjoying a sweet, satisfying dish. You're actively helping your body reduce internal inflammation, calm overactive immune responses, and lower the risk of diseases that cause pain, fatigue, and long-term damage. And all of this happens naturally, through food, not from a pill bottle. Now, what about weight control? Despite their natural sweetness, sweet potatoes can be powerful allies in maintaining a healthy weight. One of the biggest myths is that all starchy foods are the enemy of weight loss, but sweet potatoes prove otherwise. First, they are relatively low in calories. A medium-sized roasted sweet potato contains just 100 to 120 calories, depending on preparation. That means you can enjoy a generous portion without tipping your calorie balance. But the real advantage lies in how sweet potatoes affect hunger and satiety. They are loaded with fiber, especially soluble fiber, which slows digestion and keeps you feeling full for longer periods of time. That fullness can naturally lead to reduced overall calorie intake, fewer cravings, and less snacking between meals. But perhaps the most fascinating element is resistant starch, a special kind of carbohydrate found in sweet potatoes. Unlike other carbs, resistant starch isn't fully digested in the small intestine. Instead, it ferments in the colon, nourishing healthy gut bacteria and promoting better digestion. This process not only supports gut health, but also improves metabolic efficiency, helping your body become more responsive to insulin and less prone to storing excess fat. Resistant starch has been shown to increase fat oxidation and promote feelings of fullness, making it a kind of stealth ingredient for anyone aiming to manage their weight naturally. Instead of triggering spikes and crashes like refined carbohydrates do, sweet potatoes work with your metabolism, offering slow, clean-burning energy while helping control appetite. So, when you choose a sweet potato over a processed carb, you're not just making a smarter food choice, you're taking one step closer to balance, wellness, and sustainable health. Resistant starch is one of sweet potatoes' most remarkable features, and it behaves very differently from other carbohydrates. Instead of being digested in the small intestine like typical starches, it travels down into the large intestine, where it begins to ferment. There, it produces short-chain fatty acids like butyrate, which are nothing short of metabolic gold. These compounds don't just help with digestion, they influence the entire system. They reduce fat storage, enhance insulin sensitivity, and improve fat metabolism. They even play a role in regulating hunger hormones like ghrelin and leptin, helping you naturally feel full longer and reduce unnecessary snacking. In fact, studies show that meals enriched with resistant starch not only improve fat oxidation, but also leave people feeling more satisfied, consuming fewer calories across the day. One 2013 study published in Nutrition and Diabetes confirmed what many health professionals have observed. Slow digesting starches and complex carbs like those found in sweet potatoes help prevent sugar crashes, energy dips, and emotional eating by providing steady, sustained energy. Whether you're roasting them, mashing them, or slicing them into fries, sweet potatoes can help curb cravings, promote gentle, natural weight loss, and keep you satisfied without feeling deprived. It's a simple food with a surprisingly powerful impact. And if you're someone keeping an eye on blood pressure, sweet potatoes might just be the quiet ally you've been missing. These colorful root vegetables are rich in potassium and magnesium, two essential minerals for cardiovascular health. Here's how it works. Potassium helps balance out the effects of sodium, which tend to build up in the body due to processed food consumption. Excess sodium causes water retention, which in turn raises blood volume and puts stress on your arteries. But potassium encourages the body to excrete the extra sodium through urine, easing fluid retention and reducing the strain on your blood vessels. A single medium sweet potato contains about 540 milligrams of potassium, nearly 10% of your daily requirement, in one whole, natural source. Then comes magnesium, which plays an equally important role. It helps relax blood vessel walls, improve circulation, and reduce vascular resistance. Together, potassium and magnesium form a dynamic duo for heart health. But there's more. Sweet potatoes are also high in beta-carotene, a powerful antioxidant that helps the body produce nitric oxide, a natural vasodilator. Nitric oxide relaxes and widens your blood vessels, improving blood flow and reducing blood pressure without pharmaceutical interference. A 2016 study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food followed participants who consumed 100 to 200 grams of boiled sweet potatoes daily for 3 months. The result? A significant drop in systolic blood pressure, with no adverse effects. The study credited the combination of antioxidants, potassium, and magnesium. So, if you're seeking a food-based approach to maintaining healthy blood pressure, sweet potatoes offer a simple, delicious, and natural way forward. They don't just please your palate. They quietly strengthen your heart and arteries from the inside out. Now, let's talk about something many of us take for granted, our vision. As we age, protecting our eyesight becomes more important than ever, and sweet potatoes bring something unique to the table. Their vibrant orange flesh signals a rich concentration of beta-carotene, which the body converts into vitamin A. This nutrient is essential for maintaining the health of your cornea, the eye's outermost surface, and for producing rhodopsin, the pigment that allows you to see in low light. Without enough vitamin A, the eyes can become dry, inflamed, and more susceptible to night blindness, a condition that makes it difficult to see clearly in dim lighting. Here's the amazing part. A single medium-sized cooked sweet potato provides roughly 400% of your recommended daily intake of vitamin A. That means every forkful is like a protective shield for your eyes, built from real food. But sweet potatoes don't stop there. They also provide vitamin B6, another critical nutrient for eye health. B6 plays a role in maintaining the macula, the central part of the retina responsible for sharp, detailed vision. As we age, protecting the macula becomes vital for preventing degenerative vision problems, and a steady intake of B6 helps nourish and defend it. This makes sweet potatoes more than just a side dish. They become part of a long-term strategy to preserve clear, healthy eyesight. And all of it happens quietly, without you even realizing it, just by including them in your meals. So whether you're reaching for sweet potatoes to help manage weight, protect your heart, or preserve your vision, you're making more than just a dietary choice. You're choosing to nourish your body on a cellular level, to support natural processes that too often go ignored in our fast-paced lives. Sweet potatoes may seem like a humble, everyday food, but within their vibrant flesh lies a cascade of health benefits: metabolic support, cardiovascular balance, digestive strength, and even clarity of sight. It's a reminder that the simplest foods, rooted in nature and grown in the earth, often carry the most power. And every time you choose them, you're not just feeding yourself, you're investing in your long-term vitality, one bite at a time. Macular degeneration is one of the leading causes of vision loss as we age. It doesn't happen all at once. It creeps in gradually, quietly, until everyday things like reading fine print, recognizing faces, or driving at dusk become harder than they used to be. But here's something quietly powerful. The consistent intake of key nutrients like beta-carotene, vitamin C, and vitamin B6, all found in abundance in sweet potatoes, can help reduce that risk. A study published in the Archives of Ophthalmology in 2005 found a clear link between diets rich in beta-carotene, vitamin C, and vitamin E, and a lower risk of age-related macular degeneration. These antioxidants don't just float around. They act as protectors, defending the delicate tissues of the eyes against oxidative stress, UV damage, and the slow erosion that time can bring. Over time, this defense preserves clarity. So, when you eat sweet potatoes regularly, you're not just nourishing your body, you're preserving the gift of sight. Whether you're taking in a sunset, following a recipe, or just watching the world go by, you're strengthening your vision, quietly and naturally. But the power of sweet potatoes doesn't end with eyesight. They are also remarkable fuel for your brain. This isn't just poetic, it's physiological. Packed with anti-inflammatory compounds, antioxidants, and vital vitamins, sweet potatoes, especially the purple varieties, support cognitive function in profound ways. Beta-carotene, found richly in orange flesh sweet potatoes, is more than just an eye nutrient. It's a precursor to vitamin A, which helps protect neurons and reduces oxidative stress in the brain, a major contributor to memory loss and cognitive decline. But perhaps the most powerful neurological allies are anthocyanins, the plant pigments that give purple sweet potatoes their vibrant hue. These compounds are deeply anti-inflammatory, and they've been shown to increase blood flow to the brain, protect neural tissue, and delay the natural cognitive decline associated with aging. This isn't just theory. In a 2013 study published in Brain Research, mice given purple sweet potato extract showed better memory retention, improved learning capacity, and less oxidative damage in brain tissue. Even more promising, the study pointed to improved neuroplasticity, the brain's remarkable ability to form new connections, adapt, and reorganize itself after learning or injury. And that adaptability, that resilience, is what keeps the mind sharp with age. In humans, the results are equally inspiring. A 2016 clinical study in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that older adults with mild cognitive impairment showed measurable improvements in working memory and attention span after just weeks of consuming antioxidant-rich foods like sweet potatoes. But it's not just the pigments or the antioxidants that matter. Sweet potatoes also offer vitamin B6, a vital nutrient for producing neurotransmitters, chemicals like serotonin and dopamine that shape mood, focus, and emotional clarity. A deficiency in B6 has been linked to depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline, especially in older adults. So when you enjoy sweet potatoes, you're not just feeding your body, you're nurturing your mind. You're supporting focus, memory, clarity, and emotional resilience in a world that too often depletes those very things. And then there's perhaps the most intriguing possibility of all, cancer prevention. Yes, it's a bold claim, but the science behind it is worth paying attention to. Sweet potatoes contain a dense concentration of antioxidants, anti-inflammatory compounds, and phytonutrients that help protect cells at the DNA level. One of the most powerful of these is beta-carotene, which converts to vitamin A and helps protect against oxidative damage, a known risk factor for the development of cancerous cells. The deeper and more vibrant the color of the sweet potato, especially orange and purple varieties, the more antioxidants it contains, and the greater its potential to help defend your body from within. But it's a purple sweet potato that researchers are especially excited about. In addition to beta-carotene, it contains a class of plant pigments known as anthocyanins, compounds shown to inhibit the growth of certain cancer cells in lab studies. These pigments have been observed interfering with tumor progression, blocking inflammatory signals, and triggering the self-destruction of damaged cells before they multiply. While research is still ongoing and no food alone can prevent or cure cancer, incorporating antioxidant-rich, anti-inflammatory foods like sweet potatoes into your daily meals creates a healthier internal environment, one where disease is less likely to take root. So what does all this mean in simple terms? It means that every time you slice into a roasted sweet potato, blend it into a soup, or bake it into something warm and comforting, you're doing more than feeding your hunger. You're nourishing your eyes, fueling your mind, protecting your cells, and making a quiet investment in your long-term health. You're eating something ancient and simple, yet deeply intelligent in how it interacts with your body. Sweet potatoes don't shout their benefits. They don't need to. They work gently, persistently, and powerfully beneath the surface, helping you see clearly, think deeply, and live longer with strength and balance. Macular degeneration is one of the leading causes of vision loss as we age. It doesn't happen all at once. It creeps in gradually, quietly, until everyday things like reading fine print, recognizing faces, or driving at dusk become harder than they used to be. But here's something quietly powerful. The consistent intake of key nutrients like beta-carotene, vitamin C, and vitamin B6, all found in abundance in sweet potatoes, can help reduce that risk. A study published in the Archives of Ophthalmology in 2005 found a clear link between diets rich in beta-carotene, vitamin C, and vitamin E, and a lower risk of age-related macular degeneration. These antioxidants don't just float around. They act as protectors, defending the delicate tissues of the eyes against oxidative stress, UV damage, and the slow erosion that time can bring. Over time, this defense preserves clarity. So, when you eat sweet potatoes regularly, you're not just nourishing your body, you're preserving the gift of sight. Whether you're taking in a sunset, following a recipe, or just watching the world go by, you're strengthening your vision, quietly and naturally. But the power of sweet potatoes doesn't end with eyesight. They are also remarkable fuel for your brain. This isn't just poetic, it's physiological. Packed with anti-inflammatory compounds, antioxidants, and vital vitamins, sweet potatoes, especially the purple varieties, support cognitive function in profound ways. Beta-carotene, found richly in orange flesh sweet potatoes, is more than just an eye nutrient. It's a precursor to vitamin A, which helps protect neurons and reduces oxidative stress in the brain, a major contributor to memory loss and cognitive decline. But perhaps the most powerful neurological allies are anthocyanins, the plant pigments that give purple sweet potatoes their vibrant hue. These compounds are deeply anti-inflammatory, and they've been shown to increase blood flow to the brain, protect neural tissue, and delay the natural cognitive decline associated with aging. This isn't just theory. In a 2013 study published in Brain Research, mice given purple sweet potato extract showed better memory retention, improved learning capacity, and less oxidative damage in brain tissue. Even more promising, the study pointed to improved neuroplasticity, the brain's remarkable ability to form new connections, adapt, and reorganize itself after learning or injury. And that adaptability, that resilience, is what keeps the mind sharp with age. In humans, the results are equally inspiring. A 2016 clinical study in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that older adults with mild cognitive impairment showed measurable improvements in working memory and attention span after just weeks of consuming antioxidant-rich foods like sweet potatoes. But it's not just the pigments or the antioxidants that matter. Sweet potatoes also offer vitamin B6, a vital nutrient for producing neurotransmitters, chemicals like serotonin and dopamine that shape mood, focus, and emotional clarity. A deficiency in B6 has been linked to depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline, especially in older adults. So when you enjoy sweet potatoes, you're not just feeding your body, you're nurturing your mind. You're supporting focus, memory, clarity, and emotional resilience in a world that too often depletes those very things. And then there's perhaps the most intriguing possibility of all, cancer prevention. Yes, it's a bold claim, but the science behind it is worth paying attention to. Sweet potatoes contain a dense concentration of antioxidants, anti-inflammatory compounds, and phytonutrients that help protect cells at the DNA level. One of the most powerful of these is beta-carotene, which converts to vitamin A and helps protect against oxidative damage, a known risk factor for the development of cancerous cells. The deeper and more vibrant the color of the sweet potato, especially orange and purple varieties, the more antioxidants it contains, and the greater potential to help defend your body from within. But it's a purple sweet potato that researchers are especially excited about. In addition to beta-carotene, it contains a class of plant pigments known as anthocyanins, compounds shown to inhibit the growth of certain cancer cells in lab studies. These pigments have been observed interfering with tumor progression, blocking inflammatory signals, and triggering the self-destruction of damaged cells before they multiply. While research is still ongoing and no food alone can prevent or cure cancer, incorporating antioxidant-rich, anti-inflammatory foods like sweet potatoes into your daily meal creates a healthier internal environment, one where disease is less likely to take root. So what does all this mean in simple terms? It means that every time you slice into a roasted sweet potato, blend it into a soup, or bake it into something warm and comforting, you're doing more than feeding your hunger. You're nourishing your eyes, fueling your mind, protecting your cells, and making a quiet investment in your long-term health. You're eating something ancient and simple, yet deeply intelligent in how it interacts with your body. Sweet potatoes don't shout their benefits. They don't need to. They work gently, persistently, and powerfully beneath the surface, helping you see clearly, think deeply, and live longer with strength and balance. Imagine a root that could change the way you age, not just in how you feel, but how you look. Sweet potatoes, often overlooked as comfort food, carry powerful compounds that do more than fill your plate. They nurture your skin from within. Their high levels of beta-carotene and vitamin C don't just protect your immune system. They help maintain skin suppleness, improve texture, and may even reduce blemishes. According to a 2012 study published in Dermatoendocrinology, diets rich in antioxidants like beta-carotene and vitamin C were linked to fewer wrinkles, better skin hydration, and enhanced resistance to oxidative damage from sun and pollution. These aren't results from a bottle or a cream. They come from food, real nourishment, real change. So now that you know sweet potatoes help with blood sugar, brain function, vision, inflammation, and even skin aging, here's the big question. How do you enjoy them daily without getting bored? The beauty of sweet potatoes is their adaptability. Sweet or savory, breakfast or dinner, they fit in seamlessly and deliciously. Here are 7 simple ways to bring them into your life. Start with the simplest method, roasting. Roasted sweet potatoes bring out a natural caramel sweetness while staying hearty and satisfying. Cut them into cubes or wedges. Toss with olive oil, rosemary, cumin, or smoked paprika, a pinch of salt and pepper, and bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 200 degrees Celsius for 25 to 30 minutes. Crispy outside, tender inside. They're a guilt-free snack or a side dish that's comforting and nutritious. For a sweeter version, sprinkle with cinnamon, great for curbing sugar cravings naturally. Second, mashed sweet potatoes. They are creamy, cozy, and much healthier than standard mashed potatoes. Just boil peeled chunks until soft, then mash with Greek yogurt or almond milk for creaminess. Add cinnamon, nutmeg, or a touch of maple syrup. You'll get more fiber, antioxidants, and flavor without the heavy calories. Third, baked and loaded. Bake whole sweet potatoes at 375 degrees Fahrenheit, 190 degrees Celsius for 45 to 60 minutes. Then split them open and load with your favorite toppings. Try sautéed spinach, black beans, Greek yogurt, chickpeas with tahini and lemon, or even avocado and salsa. It's a full plant-powered meal with fiber, protein, and complex carbs, perfect for lunch or dinner. Try purple sweet potatoes for a richer antioxidant profile. Fourth, yes, smoothies. A half cup of cooked, cooled sweet potato blended with banana, almond milk, cinnamon, and a touch of vanilla makes a thick, naturally sweet smoothie. It's high in fiber, energizing, and great for digestion. Perfect for breakfast, a post-workout refuel, or an afternoon pick-me-up that won't spike your blood sugar. Fifth, fries, but smarter. Craving something crispy? Slice sweet potatoes into thin sticks, coat lightly with olive oil, then season with garlic powder, paprika, and sea salt. Bake at 425 degrees Fahrenheit, 220 degrees Celsius for 20 to 25 minutes, flipping halfway. You get all the crunch with none of the grease. Serve them with hummus, guacamole, or a Greek yogurt dip for a fiber-rich, protein-packed snack that satisfies without spiking insulin. 6. Toss them into salads and bowls. Roasted sweet potato cubes are magic in quinoa bowls, leafy green salads, or grain-based meals. Their soft sweetness balances bitter greens and tangy dressings. Try pairing them with kale, goat cheese, cranberries, and pumpkin seeds, or mix into arugula with beets and balsamic vinaigrette. They turn simple dishes into deeply satisfying meals. 7th, start your day with sweet potato breakfast hash. Dice and saute with onions, bell peppers, and spinach in a little olive oil. Top with a fried or poached egg for a high-fiber, nutrient-dense meal that delivers steady energy and keeps you full well into the day. It's flavorful, vibrant, and skips the processed carbs that drain your energy. So with just a few easy ideas, sweet potatoes go from a once-a-year holiday side to a daily health ritual. They are not only easy to prepare, they are deeply enjoyable. And every bite is a quiet act of self-care. Here's the truth. The sweet potato might be small, but its impact is immense. With the power to support over a dozen different aspects of health, from brain and vision to immune resilience, inflammation, metabolism, blood sugar, digestion, and even skin, this humble tuber proves that some of the strongest medicine grows underground. You don't need expensive supplements or trendy superfoods. Just whole, real food prepared with intention. Every meal is a moment to support your body. And every bite of sweet potato is a step toward a stronger, more vibrant version of yourself. So if you're ready to make one simple, delicious change in your life, start here. Not once a year, every day. Sweet potatoes are affordable, accessible, and backed by science. They're not just food. They are nourishment, healing, and longevity, all wrapped in rich color and earthy flavor. This isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. One small change, made often, becomes a lifestyle. And sometimes that change begins with something as simple as a root.